There is nothing, and I truly mean nothing, more frustrating than this moment. You're in the middle of a heated argument. Your thoughts are sharp. Your point is clear. You've waited for this chance to finally speak up, to defend yourself, to be understood. Then without warning, your chest tightens. Your throat closes. Your voice starts to shake. And before the words can come out, tears rise to the surface. Not because you're sad, because you're angry. And in that instant, everything changes. The conversation stops being about what you're saying and starts being about how you look. The other person tilts their head, softens their tone, or worse, assumes they've won. As if your tears somehow cancel out the truth of what you're feeling. If this has ever happened to you, I need you to listen carefully. Crying when you're angry does not mean you're weak. It does not mean you're childish, unstable, or incapable of handling conflict. In psychology, this reaction points to very specific emotional traits that are actually signs of depth, awareness, and strength. Here's what your mind and body are really communicating. First, you have a strong sensitivity to injustice. People who cry when they're angry rarely explode over small inconveniences. You don't lose control over trivial mistakes or minor annoyances. When your anger reaches the point of tears, it's usually because something important has been violated. A boundary, a value, a sense of fairness. You recognize on a deep level that something is wrong. And when you feel unheard or powerless to correct it in the moment, the emotional pressure becomes overwhelming. The tears aren't sadness. They're frustration with nowhere to go. Your internal sense of right and wrong is so strong that when reality contradicts it, your nervous system overloads. Second, you tend to store emotions rather than release them immediately. You are often the peacemaker, the one who keeps things calm, the one who lets comments slide to avoid conflict. You tell yourself it's not worth the argument, not worth the tension, not worth the fallout. But your body keeps track. Every dismissed feeling, every swallowed response, every moment you chose silence over honesty adds to the emotional weight you carry. So when you finally do reach your breaking point, you're not reacting to just one situation. You're releasing a buildup that's been growing for weeks, months, sometimes even years. The tears aren't excessive. They're accumulated emotion finding a way out. Third, you hold yourself to extremely high standards when it comes to communication. This is something many people misunderstand. Those who cry when angry are often thoughtful, intelligent, and articulate. You care deeply about expressing yourself clearly. You want your words to be accurate, fair, and logical, even in emotionally charged moments. But anger activates the emotional centers of the brain faster than the rational ones. When that happens, it feels like your thoughts are stuck behind a wall. You know exactly what you want to say, but your mouth can't keep up with your mind. So the frustration turns inward. You're not crying because you're overwhelmed by emotion alone. You're crying because you're angry at yourself for not being able to communicate the way you expect yourself to. It's a perfectionist's response to losing control over your own voice. Fourth, you are deeply emotionally invested. People who don't care don't cry. They detach. They shut down. They walk away emotionally long before things get difficult. You don't. You stay present. You feel the intensity. You remain engaged even when the conversation becomes painful or uncomfortable. That's because what's happening matters to you. Relationships matter. Truth matters. Resolution matters. While the world often praises emotional detachment as strength, your response reveals something else entirely: passion. The willingness to stay emotionally alive instead of becoming numb. Finally, your body has a built-in safety mechanism against aggression. When anger spikes, your body prepares for confrontation. Adrenaline surges. Muscles tense. Your nervous system shifts into fight mode. But if you are naturally empathetic, your body may activate a brake instead of an accelerator. Tears act as a biological signal that says, "I'm overwhelmed, but I'm not a threat." At the same time, your body releases calming chemicals designed to slow you down and protect you from acting in ways that don't align with who you truly are. This isn't weakness. It's regulation. It's your biology protecting your values. So the next time you feel your throat tighten in the middle of an argument, don't apologize for it. Don't shame yourself. Don't tell yourself you're too emotional. You are someone with a strong moral compass, deep emotional intelligence, and a nervous system that feels intensely because you genuinely care. The anger is real. The frustration is valid. And the tears? They're simply the side effect of having a heart that is fully alive. If you've ever felt that pressure rising, if you've ever tried to speak through tears, let me know in the comments. You're not alone in this. And if you want to understand the deeper psychology behind your emotions, your reactions, and your patterns, make sure you subscribe.